We are very proud to announce the 2021 inductees of our Civil, Construction, and Environmental Engineering Hall of Fame and Distinguished Alumni Recognitions. The Hall of Fame was established in 2010 by our construction engineering program as part of its 50th anniversary. This year, we celebrate the 150th anniversary of our department. As part of the celebration, we are expanding our Hall of Fame to be department-wide and establishing our Distinguished Alumni Recognition. The Hall of Fame is a Lifetime Achievement Award reserved for those who stand above the rest in their chosen field. Let's meet the 2021 inductees.
Thomas Agg served in World War I and worked in industry before returning to Iowa State as a professor and eventually Dean of Engineering and Director of the Engineering Extension Experiment Station, authoring 111 publications throughout his career. Delmar Bloom joined the National Sand and Gravel Association and the National Ready Mixed Concrete Association, becoming director of both. While at the University of Maryland, Bloom served on over 40 committees and subcommittees and received many awards and published many works. Henry Bernier worked with American Bridge Company and New York Edison before landing at the Ford, Bacon and Davis Company, where he was sent to San Francisco as a structural engineer, leading reconstruction efforts for the company's railroad properties after the 1906 earthquake. Bernier became a leader in earthquake-resistant design and was very active in professional organizations. He and his wife Anne donated their art collection to Iowa State, where it resides in the Bernier Art Museum. Joel Serwick's 40-year career at Burns & McDonnell led to his expertise in water and sewage projects. The National Society of Professional Engineers selected his secondary wastewater treatment process as one of the best engineering achievements of that year, and the design was applied in Monterrey, Mexico, recognized with an Engineering Excellence Award for its positive impact on public health. Serwick established the Serwick Medallions Fund grant for the CCEE department and received the Marston Medal in 2016. Jack Cleasby began teaching at Iowa State in 1954 when he started his PhD program. After climbing through the ranks, Cleasby reached Distinguished Professor Emeritus and was involved in countless organizations through the years, including the American Society of Civil Engineers, the American Water Works Association, and more. He became the first professor in our college to be elected to the National Academy of Engineering and received the Anson Marston Distinguished Professor of Engineering Award. Cleasby is most widely recognized for his research in the field of clean water. Roy Crum stayed in Ames to teach while serving as a structural engineer for the Iowa Engineering Experiment Station. Crum's work as director of the Highway Research Board addressed transportation issues during World War II and the Great Depression. Crum was the president of the American Concrete Institute in 1944 and has received the Alumni Merit Award and the Marston Medal, and the Highway Research Board established the Crum Award in recognition of outstanding achievement in transportation. Upon graduating from West Point, Nathaniel Fox wanted to invent something, so he enrolled in Iowa State's Civil Engineering Master's program, following it up with a PhD before volunteering for active duty in Vietnam. Upon his return, the Vietnamese government requested his expertise to help them build American roads. Fox brought the chief geotechnical engineer and Vietnamese graduate students to Iowa State to learn about road construction. After leaving the Army, Fox started Soil Systems Incorporated and GeoPeer Foundation Company and was named Georgia's 1979 Engineer of the Year. Frank Francois headed to D.C. after graduation, where he became a patent examiner and attended law school. He served in various elected offices in Maryland, as well as on several transportation organizations, where he was instrumental in establishing the original Strategic Highway Research Program. Francois was elected to the National Academy of Engineering in 1999. Mary Hurd met the requirements for the Tau Beta Pi Honor Society, but was not allowed to join due to her gender. As a writer and concrete engineer at the American Concrete Institute, Hurd wrote and edited many works, including Framework for Concrete, which has sold over 125,000 copies and is still used today. Hurd was the first woman to receive the Marston Medal, in addition to many other awards, recognitions, and appointments. Hurd passed away shortly before receiving the Iowa State Alumni Merit Award for outstanding contributions to human welfare. After earning her degree in biology, Sandra Larson returned to campus and added a civil engineering degree. Larson began a new phase of her career in bridge design and has spent the past 29 years with the Iowa Department of Transportation, starting in the bridge design office and working up to an executive position. Larson has also remained involved with Iowa State, serving on the External Advisory Council for 20 years. She has chaired and served on over 25 diverse national transportation research boards, and in 2011 was named the National Associate of the National Academies of Science, Engineering, and Medicine. Thomas McDonald worked for the Iowa State Highway Commission, eventually becoming chief engineer until 1919, when he became chief of the U.S. Bureau of Public Roads. He directed national road policy for 34 years under 7 U.S. presidents and helped create what is now, almost 100 years later, the Transportation Research Board. During the Great Depression and the Second World War, McDonald promoted roads as a method of strengthening our country, and after World War II proposed an interstate highway program, the model for the federal interstate highway system. In addition to the Marston Medal, President Truman awarded McDonald the National Medal of Merit in 1946. Anson Marston played a crucial role in making Iowa State what it is today. In 1892, he joined the Iowa State faculty and took on many projects, including the Iowa State sewage system and water tower, and the building of Engineering Hall, Curtis Hall, and the Campanile. Marston was named the first Dean of Engineering in 1904, during which time he published over 200 works and designated Iowa State to head the Iowa State Highway Commission, which later became the Iowa Department of Transportation. The Anson Marston Medal, which honors Marston and awards outstanding alumni, was established in 1938 and is the most prestigious award one can receive in engineering from Iowa State. Conde McCullough spent 5 years as the design engineer at the Iowa State Highway Commission, after which time he joined the faculty at Oregon Agricultural College and later left to head the Bridge Division of the Oregon Department of Transportation. In this role, McCullough designed and supervised approximately 600 bridges, many of which incorporated Art Deco, Gothic spires, and Romanesque arches. In 1998, he was inducted into the Oregon State University Engineering Hall of Fame and was honored as a distinguished alumnus of Iowa State. A bridge in North Bend, Oregon, is named in his honor. After graduation, Dr. Thomas Murray continued his education and career in academia, eventually developing the Experimental Research Laboratory at Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University, the 5th largest structural engineering research lab in the nation. Involvement in over 130 research projects led to his reputation as the floor vibration guru and an expert in structural steel design. Murray has authored hundreds of publications, made hundreds of presentations, and supervised approximately 150 grad student theses and dissertations. In retirement, Murray continues to consult and teach. Jim Nissen played football for Iowa State while earning his degree, and after the final buzzer, he began working as a project manager and later joined Pepper Team, where today he is Executive Vice President of Pepper Construction Company and President of Pepper Environmental Technologies. Nissen has led many of Pepper's largest and most complex projects, including the historic restoration of Wrigley Field in Chicago. Jerry Olson completed his master's program and began his career in the soil testing field. He founded Terracon Consultants, which has grown nationwide, ranking 24th in ENR's rankings in 2021. Olson and Terracon have remained engaged with students and faculty at Iowa State and have made many contributions, including funding the Olson Soil Mechanics Laboratory and individual scholarships. Len Rodman rose through the ranks over 42 years at Black & Veatch to become president, CEO, and chairman of the board. Rodman became partner and managing partner of the North American division within the water business, responsible for all civil environmental projects throughout North America. He's a past member of the Engineering College Industry Advisory Council and currently serves as an ISU Foundation governor. After graduation, Dirk Schaefer spent 9 years with J.E. Dunn and 7 at Walsh Construction in Chicago before returning to J.E. Dunn as Vice President, Senior Vice President, Executive Vice President, and finally President of the Midwest region. A true leader at heart, Schaefer has served on several associations and boards, including the ISU Construction Engineering Industry Advisory Council. With a Ph.D. in civil engineering, Harris Seidel became the City of Ames's Superintendent of Sewage Treatment and eventually Director of Water Pollution Control. Seidel has published approximately 30 papers and reports and has completed projects in more than 20 countries. Merlin Spangler spent 40 years at Iowa State as a professor through 1985. He served in both World Wars in the Civil Engineering Corps during World War II. While in the Corps, Spangler developed a buried flexible pipe design to solve issues between pipe and soil interaction. The Marston-Spangler theory became the basis of culvert design worldwide. Daniel Watkins worked his way up from engineer to partner and chairman of the executive committee of Howard, Needles, Taman, and Bergendorf over a span of 40 years and served on our Civil Engineering External Advisory Council as a member and chairman. In the aftermath of Kansas City's Hyatt Skywalk collapse in 1981, he was called upon for evaluation and advice. In addition to the Marston Medal, Watkins has received the Distinguished Service Award from both the National Society of Professional Engineers and the Missouri Society of Engineers. Elmina Wilson was the first American woman to earn bachelor's and master's degrees in civil engineering. As a student, she worked directly with Anson Marston on the design and execution of the Marston Water Tower and spent holiday breaks taking courses at MIT and Cornell. After 10 years on the Iowa State faculty, Wilson left for New York to design skyscrapers, including the Flatiron Building and the MetLife Tower, earning the name First Lady of Structural Engineering. Wilson broke down barriers for women in engineering and was a leader in the women's suffrage movement.
Congratulations to all the newly inducted members of the Civil, Construction, and Environmental Engineering Hall of Fame. Our distinguished alumni recognition is for alums with significant professional achievement and service in their chosen field. The 2021 awardees are
Ben Biller worked in transportation with a focus on bridges in a variety of roles for 37 years, working on approximately 80 bridges during his career. He served as Senior Vice President and Chief Operations Officer for Howard, Needles, Taman, and Bergendorf before wrapping up his career as Vice President and General Manager of Transportation Global Practices at Burns & McDonnell. Biller has received many honors, including the Missouri Society of Professional Engineers Young Engineer of the Year Award and ISU's Outstanding Young Alumnus. He has served on our External Advisory Council and given many generous contributions in addition to his time. Jeff Coleman added a law degree to his bachelor's and master's degrees from ISU with a mission to improve the concrete industry. Coleman's early career began while at Iowa State researching the fatigue of concrete pavements. He is one of only 2 Cyclone engineers to have held the role of president of the American Concrete Institute. In 2020, Coleman was recognized by Concrete Construction Magazine as one of the 4 most influential people in the concrete industry. Michael Goodkind's master's degree from Iowa State was a vital piece of a puzzle which included 3 other degrees from 3 other institutions. He began his career at Goodkind and O'Day before joining the team at Alfred Benson & Company, where he served as president and CEO and eventually executive vice president. Throughout the years, Goodkind has over 50 value engineering and planning studies to his credit and has served in leadership positions with several organizations, including ASCE, the American Council of Engineering Companies of Illinois, and SAVE International. In retirement, Goodkind remains active with advisory boards and leadership councils and is a generous donor for Iowa State's Steel Bridge Club. Charles Wilson built a 60-year engineering career on his degree from Iowa State. He enlisted during World War II, after which he returned to the family's small concrete manufacturing company and helped produce concrete products for post-war reconstruction. Wilson eventually became president and CEO, expanding into 4 Midwestern states. He remained active in the field even after retiring, helping development of several projects in his hometown of Red Oak. Wilson received a Medal of Honor and was selected as one of only 50 distinguished innovators in 50 years, being named a Titan of the precast, pre-stressed industry in 2004.
Once again, congratulations to all the alums who were recognized at this time. Our people are what make this department special. Thank you, and go Cyclones!